Hello everyone, I am the Honest Hierophant, and we're going to be getting into some energy check-ins of October 3rd to October 9th. These are going to be energy check-ins of the energy that you're currently in, the energy that you should put more attention to, and the energy that is coming your way. If you know your big three and your Venus sign, then you might have multiple messages throughout this reading. So go throughout the play bar and find those signs specifically for you. And just like most tarot readings, take what resonates and leave the rest, because this is a collective reading for all the zodiac signs. So let's go ahead and jump into it. We're starting off with Capricorn. All right, let's see here. The collective of Capricorn, welcome into your reading. What is the energy that Capricorn is currently in? And also, what is the energy that they should focus more attention to? We have Page of Swords, King of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, the Justice card, Queen of Wands, the Strength card. Alright, for the energy that you are currently in, we have the Page of Swords, the King of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles. Interesting energy. I feel like there is some things along your current path, your current trajectory that you are dealing with that seems to be the energy of confrontation. It's almost like there might be some hostility around you. There might be some danger around you. There might be some distractions, depending on who you are. I feel like this is an energy that might be actually questioning the ground that you are standing on, or it might be questioning the energy of what you're trying to do in your life right now, whether it's career, love, things of that nature. But I feel like you are trying to discover ways to take care of this energy. You are wanting to make sure that this isn't going to cost you anything, that this isn't going to uproot what you have going on in your current life. And I feel like based off this current energy, that you have all the tools and necessities to handle this current energy that you're dealing with. And there should be a resolve around the corner based off this current energy. And the energy that you need to be focused on more is the Justice card, the Queen of Wands, and the Strength card. So yeah, I feel like maybe this is a concern of like where your passion, your heart space, things like that is coming from. Maybe it's coming from an energy of like your morals and your beliefs, maybe the way that you see the world, maybe the way that you see a current situation. And I feel like you've got to stand strong within the validation of yourself, because there's a reason why you believe certain things, right? And I think that the more that you believe about a certain way of doing something, about a certain way of living, about a certain way of, taking care of just energies around you, right? I feel like you've got to kind of stand strong, defend that honor, defend that moral, defend that whatever it is that you're defending. I just feel like you've got to understand that you're coming from the right place. Maybe you don't see that you are coming from the right place, and maybe that's the reason why you feel like you're questioning yourself. Maybe that's the reason why you feel like some of your beliefs are in danger, or some of the things around you are in danger. But I feel like there is an energy here of you needing to believe more in yourself, needing to believe more in what you got going on and where you've came from. And I think that's what you need to focus on. I think that's what you need to understand is going to help you, is don't just lay down. Don't just give away stuff. Don't not defend your honor, Let's see. The energy that is coming your way. We have the Judgment card. We have the Eight of Cups. And we have the Four of Cups. So yeah, I feel like there's someone that's trying to change your mind about something. There's someone that's trying to make you believe a certain way. And maybe there's an energy here that there could be some good coming from this person. But ultimately, I feel like whatever this person is trying to sell you, whatever this person is trying to change your mind on, it almost seems like you are going to understand that this is something that needs to be walked away from, right? And once again, this could be, a Queen of Wands energy that is trying to change your mind, that you are going to have to stand up against. This might be someone that is very persuasive, someone that is just trying to, be super crafty and trying to lure you away from a certain belief or something that you're currently like defending or standing on. And I kind of see that this is a potential of you just walking away from this energy because it's not the greatest thing to deal with. But I feel like you're going to say your piece, you're going to say your words before you walk away, because there's no reason for you to like walk away and not like get them to try to understand where you're coming from, right? But I do see a case scenario where you're potentially going to be walking away from this energy. But let's see if we can get some advice from the Energy Oracle deck, from the universe, from your angels, from your ancestors, from your spirit team. What do they got to say? We've got door to personal healing and happiness. Fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael. So that's the heart space. And healing and happiness. You might be dealing with a situation that kind of has gone astray. Maybe you're dealing with a relationship. Maybe you're dealing with someone that you felt like you were pretty close with. And they're trying to change you. They're trying to maneuver you into a place where they like you more because you are a certain way, right? And I think you're standing up against that. I think you are making sure that you are not going to be in that energy. You're not going to be the one to fall for that kind of energy. And it's going to hurt. It's going to mess with your heart space and make you feel very uncomfortable because it is someone that you deeply care about. But there is a door to personal healing and happiness from this. It's not going to just be an ending where you're going to be super, sad or vulnerable or destroyed. You're going to have some peace. You're going to have some clarity. You're going to have some healing in your heart space because there's going to be a lot of energy lifted off your heart space, and you're going to be okay moving forward because now you're going to be able to put the right energies to that fourth chakra towards that heart space. So that's what's coming in for you, Capricorn. I hope everything comes a bit more smooth for you. All right, now we're dealing with Aquarius. Aquarius, welcome into your reading. Let's see, what's the energies that Aquarius needs to know about that they're currently in, and the energies that they need to put more attention to. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the Three of Cups. Okay. The Six of Swords. Four of Wands. The Ace of Swords. And the Hermit. All right. So I feel like the current energy that you are in is that there is a showcase coming up for you, whether it's started within this week or whether it started within the past few weeks, but it's the energy that you're currently taking place with. And that's the energy of seeing the things that make you happy, seeing the things that make you fall in love with yourself, seeing the things that gives control back to your heart space with people not like controlling you, right? And I think it's taking advantage of the things that make you personally happy, the things that make you personally feel loved, the things that personally bring you joy. And it's asking you to kind of pay more attention to that, right? And if there is things that don't make you happy, I feel like there is an adventure here of you finding the things that do, finding the things that resonate with your heart space and lift you up and give you that satisfaction, that joy, that happiness. And you're going to be surrounded with that energy because it's something that you need to actually see. It's something that you actually need as evidence for something here. And I think that evidence here is taking a look at your introspection. It's almost like the energy of your thing that you need to focus on is finding the truth about yourself, finding the truth about your values, finding the truth about your personal being, finding the truth about your future and what you want as your future, and maybe even things dealing around your home, right? What does that look like for you? What is it going to feel right for you? And whenever you feel that energy of that introspection taking place, of you understanding more of what actually gives you happiness, what actually gives you love, then I feel like you're going to be acting on that. I feel like you're going to be taking charge and, allowing yourself to walk towards those things, allowing yourself to open up to those things. Maybe you've been closed off to happiness and satisfaction, but I see you opening up more as long as you look within yourself to find where you can find those things, right? So the energy that is currently coming your way, let's see what we have here. We have the Three of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. Interesting. So I feel like there's a lot of weight on you that you're going to have to be dealing with in the future. There's some things that maybe you have been carrying along with you that isn't necessary for you to have anymore. And I feel like that's something that you're going to be dealing with. Maybe that's something that is going to be pointed out to you. Like, let's just say figuratively, you're walking a path and someone says, "Hey, what's that on your back?" And you're like, "I don't know what's on my back. What's on my back?" And then you find out that you've been carrying a backpack full of non-necessities for this whole time that you've been walking this path. It's going to be like that, where you're going to be pointing out something or have something pointed out to you that isn't yours. And I really think that there's going to be a lot of energy around you of maybe working with someone, maybe, having different perspectives come to mind of what you need to work on for yourself, or what might actually bring you some energy of peace, happiness, joy, things like that, love. And I feel like you're going to be opening up to that. I feel like the things that you release allow you to open up to more positive energies moving forward. So I feel like you're going to be introducing more positive energies to yourself here in the near future. That is really nice, but it takes releasing energies that you've been holding on to for quite some time that isn't necessary, right? And also standing up for some things that maybe you have had for a long time but never really activated or used before. So maybe like some morals and beliefs that you've never been able to firmly stand on before that might allow to be able to stand on now. So let's see if we can get some advice or energy from the universe, angels, ancestors, spirit team. What do we have? We have envy. We have happy family. So that's quite pairing. The envy card really sticks out to me like a sore thumb, probably also to you too. Why is the envy card here? Maybe there is some really reluctant energy that you are not dealing with, and that maybe you are looking towards other people, like saying like, man, like, why are you not dealing with this? Or why are you not going through some of the same things I've been through? Or maybe if you have friends or family that you look to for advice and they're like, "Oh, well, I'm not sure. I've never been through that before." And you just kind of like question that. I think that's something that you've kind of got to stray away, because what really is taking place here is that you are on a personal journey for yourself that is quite unique to yourself, that a lot of people are not going to understand. But I do think that once you realize that this is your own unique journey and you can have your own unique outcome, you're going to have something else that maybe other people won't have either when it comes to this happy family card of being in a spotlight of joy, happiness, and freedom. So whatever that looks like for you, try to switch your perspective, try to switch your mindset, not really looking outwards, but looking more in as well. So that's what I got for you, Aquarius. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Be the Hermit. You got to look within. You got to look within the Hermit card. All right. All right. So we got Pisces up next. Pisces, welcome into your section. What is the energies that Pisces needs to know about that they're currently in, and the energy that they need to focus on? We have the King of Pentacles. We have the High Priestess, Two of Swords, Three of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, then lastly the Death card. Okay, so the energy that you're currently in is the King of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Two of Swords. So I feel like the energy that you're currently in is trying to find your path to being in this King of Pentacles energy, right? I feel like you are a bit away from that. That's kind of like your main objective, is being calm, cool, collected in the energies of like, how can I be satisfied? How can I be complete? How can I get to the energy of, not having any stresses, not having any worries? And there's a lot of confliction to that. There's a lot of challenge to that. And I feel like the current energy shows that you are willing to take advice. You're willing to take your intuition and help make these choices become easier for you. And I think that you're working on that. I think you are doing a very good job at trying to take on these challenges, even though they might be difficult. But I think something that you also got to realize within this energy is that it's going to take time. That is your goal. That is a very healthy goal for you to have, of being in that King of Pentacles energy. You're going to get there, but you've just got to take on these challenges to get to that energy, because I feel like a king is not necessarily there based off easiness, right? The king has challenges along their path to get to that path. And a lot of the times that's overlooked. A lot of the times people don't necessarily see what it takes to get to a certain perspective. But I think that you're finding that out, and I think you are going to take it on with a really healthy outcome. So the Three of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Death card is the energy that you need to put more attention to. Okay. Interesting. Three of Wands, the Death card. So maybe there are some things that need to change. Maybe there needs to be a reevaluation of what you determine to be successful, what you determine to be completed. Maybe there's some things that you are tirelessly working on, you are going to give a lot of energy to, that maybe actually might already be to a point of completion, and you just don't realize that. And I think it's something that you need to put a bit more attention to. Is there things that you've already completed that you should be satisfied with? And if you are satisfied with these energies, then maybe it's time to move on to the next goal. Maybe it's time to move on to the next thing that is best for you, so that way you can get to the King of Pentacles energy. Because maybe you have a bit of perfectionism within yourself that is limiting you from moving forward. And that could also be the Two of Swords energy of being complicated, or being in a sense of confliction here. Are you actually complete, or are you not? There definitely needs to be some reevaluation to some things that is around you, whether that's goals that you're shooting for, or whether that's things that maybe you've already completed that you just don't realize that you already have, and maybe you're wasting some energy on that. Let's see what the energy of the future is going to be looking like. What's the energy coming your way? Figure that out. We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands. And then we have the Seven of Cups. So yeah, I feel like there's going to be an energy of just stagnation, right? There's going to be some energy of stagnation. And with that stagnation, it's going to really allow you to take a pause to get a perspective of like, what is going on around me? What is the next goal? What is the next thing that is calling me to a certain thing? And whenever you feel the stagnation happen, it's going to be a time period where you're going to have to look around to say, what's the next goal? What's the next achievement that I can shoot for? And whenever you're looking for that, you're going to find something that is going to be really, really exciting, something that's going to be revolutionary for you. And it's going to take you on a course of action with speed, determination, and passion that is going to grow into something that might actually elevate you to an energy of the King of Pentacles. And I think that this might ultimately be talking about some sort of calling for you. Maybe you're not necessarily understanding what your calling is at this current moment in time, and maybe that's something that you feel like you need to find. And I kind of feel like that might be something that you're going to be finding soon for yourself, is some sort of calling. So what's the energy or advice from the universe, spirit team, angels, ancestors, things like that for Pisces? We have woman holding a coin and a man holding a heart. That's almost like the opposite, right? Usually you would think with the masculine, money, with the feminine, nurturing, and it's the exact opposite. So I kind of feel like this is going to be a lot of testing for you. Where is the opposites going to be for you? Where is the opposites going to lie within your energetic field? And I feel like this is going to bring yourself closer together. I feel like there's going to be an energy here of maybe your divine masculine, divine feminine coming together and finding equal partnership, finding the energy of what they can match on. And I feel like when that happens, that's where you find that calling, right? Where your energies feel like they can be intertwined and at peace and at comfort and are willing to do equal shares of the things that need to be taken advantage of. So I kind of just feel like there's going to be an energy of either maybe something like divine feminine that you can make money on, and maybe there is something within your divine masculine energy that you can find love with. So whatever that means for you, I hope you find it. And it seems like it's going to be a really great energy because it's going to be a lot of chemistry there. Let's see about Aries. Aries, welcome into your section of the video. So glad to have you. What is the energy that Aries is currently in, and the energy that Aries needs to put more attention to? We have Two of Pentacles, Five of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, the Judgment, and the Five of Cups. Interesting. Okay, so the energy that you're currently in is the Two of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles. I feel like there's a lot of confusion right now in your headspace. And maybe there's a lot of confusion about your future as well. You're really contemplating on a lot of ideas. But I feel like, and this is kind of funny because I feel like this might be an energy that you already know, but don't exactly know that's what's best for you. Or maybe you're overlooking it because you are confused and you're allowing yourself to have a lot of mental chatter. But I feel like a lot of the ideas that you are having needs to be kind of openly discussed, needs to be worked on in a group effort. So maybe if you are confused about certain things, maybe it's best to kind of like see what other people are saying about it as well, and not really having your own opinion by yourself, because I feel like the opinion that you have by yourself is only going to put you into more confusion. So maybe there needs to be a lot of energy of working with a group, working with someone, working with maybe multiple people on the idea of like what's going to happen, what's the future, how do we clarify this mental chatter? How do we clarify the future moving forward? And don't let yourself get into a scenario where you're trying to do too much on your own. I feel like the more that you do on your own, the more that you're going to have a lot of mental chatter. I think you might know this, but for some reason it's coming out more as advice than it is like in the energy of something that you should know, right? So the energy that we have that you need to focus more on is the Page of Swords, the Judgment, and the Five of Cups. So if you are looking at the perspective of looking back at something, relying on the past as information, relying on the thoughts about the past, I feel like is going to really give you a lot of complications. And if you're not willing to look towards the future, if you're not willing to look towards the positive energies, there's going to be a lot of distraction for you. There's going to be a lot of confliction. There's going to be a lot of harder energies to deal with. There's going to be a lot of just really dangerous energies. I feel like it's just going to put you in danger, especially mentally, for you to really focus on the past energies. And I think, like I said, what you need to focus on right now is the future and positive energies. That's the biggest takeaway here for you, Aries, is the future and positive energies that needs to be focused on, and not exactly what has transpired or what the past was already speaking to you. Okay? So what energies is currently coming to you in your future? What energies are on their way to you? We have the Devil. We have the Knight of Wands and the Fool. Interesting. Okay. So dealing with the Devil, dealing with the energies that are within your subconscious, dealing with the energies that are holding you back, dealing with the energies that might actually be giving you this negative aspect of yourself, I feel like it's going to give you a lot of release. I feel like it's almost like the scenario where you're not going to be able to revive something, I guess you could say. You're not going to be able to use the past to move towards the future. You've got to just focus on the future because it almost seems like there's a new beginning for you. It's almost like you can't just say, oh, well, I was like, let's just use this for example. You can't say that if you are working in a bakery, right, and you're in a world-class bakery outfit, and you say that you were the top baker there, and then you move somewhere and you go to a smaller town and you try to go to another bakery and you say, hey, I was a world-class baker for such and such company. They're probably going to be like, okay, that's great, but here's what we need, and you're not going to be able to use that information to make your future better, right? You're going to have to kind of start from a fresh energy. You're going to have to start over in a way and not really use that information, not really use the past for an excuse or for certain energies. You're going to have to move forward with this new energy. And I think that's what's calling here is release the past, move on with new energy, find new fuel. And I guess it's just a fresh start for you, Aries. All right. So what is the energy / advice from the universe, angels, ancestors, or spirit team for Aries? We have all tied up. And we have appreciation. Yeah, so there's a lot of things that needs to be, taking into appreciation. There's a lot of things that needs to be grateful for. And yes, you might be feeling all tied up, but it almost seems like you're in a scenario where things take time and that maybe you feel like time is not on your side, but it almost seems like you need to be focusing on the things that needs to be focused on during this time of stillness or time of waiting, and really cherish the things that maybe you've not been able to give time to, or maybe the things that you've not really give appreciation to, and just take advantage of those moments, take advantage of that time, and really focus on those type of energies, okay? That's what I got for you. All right, so we're getting back into the thick of it. Yeah, so Taurus, welcome into your section of the video. What is the energy that Taurus needs to know about currently, and the energy that is something that they need to focus on? We have, the Lovers, Ace of Cups, and the Ten of Swords. We have the Four of Wands, Fool, and the Judgment. So the Lovers, the Ace of Cups, and the Ten of Swords for the energy that you are currently in. And it almost seems like there's, like making the best out of something, right? It almost seems like there may be something brutally ending, or there may be some part of you that is, being ripped out of you. And there is a lot of good energy that is replacing that right now. And I kind of feel like that's what's happening, is that there's something that is being removed from you, so that way you can put something brand new in to take its place that is of better energy, and maybe even bringing in a relationship for you, potentially finding a relationship for you. Maybe you are on the latter stage of healing something that has really taken a lot out of you, and maybe you are overcoming that and moving into a new direction for a new partner. Because that's what it kind of seems like here on the bottom half, with the energy that you need to put more focus to, is that there is a fresh start for you. There is fresh energy of moving towards something that is going to be very, very calm for you. It's almost like a different perspective. You're looking at something entirely differently. Maybe you are looking at your future entirely differently. And that's kind of like what your energy is really saying here, is that you need to focus on moving towards a fresh energy, moving towards a fresh perspective on your future. And maybe there's just things that are changing. Maybe there's things that are changing around you. And that this is kind of like the sun rising after a dark, gloomy night, right? So I think maybe there's been some energy that you've really had to deal with a lot recently, and that you're coming out of that. And that's what you're going to be focusing more on, is coming out of that, focusing more towards the future, and really like allowing that energy to give you life, really allowing that to give you a bit more freedom, a bit more perspective, and really elevating your energies overall, so that way you can have more fulfilling energies come into you and replace those that are negative. So, what energy is coming towards Taurus in the future? We have the Magician. What is this? The Queen of Cups in reverse. The Strength card. Okay. The energy that's coming to you in the future is really the energy of maybe not necessarily needing to nurture yourself. Maybe you are able to rely more on the energy that is either being brought to you, or relying on the energy that is, I don't know, maybe it's not needed to have other energies that give you that perspective. Like, you're not needing validation, you're not needing the love, you're not needing anything to really elevate you. Like, you already have it. You don't need any more. You already have given that to yourself. You already have your Ace of Cups. You already have Lovers. You don't need other things to really impact your growth. You have what you have, and you don't need anything extra. And you're able to be okay with the energies that you already have. And whenever you're okay with the energies that you already have, then you're able to create more with that energy. You're able to make changes. You're able to make improvements. You're able to move in a direction. You're able to gain movement and momentum. So dealing without the energies of something else, you're able to look more and rely on yourself to give you that energy that you need to produce other things that you're wanting. So what is the energy or advice from the universe, angels, ancestors, or spirit team? Now, the temple path. And we have the goddess of the moon. So I don't necessarily know without reading the book what the goddess of the moon is supposed to rely on, but I'm just going to go based off of my intuition of the card. But the temple path, I really do feel like this is the energy of yourself. This is the energy of within inside your temple. And whenever you're able to understand more about what you have within inside yourself, what tools that you have within inside your energy, how strong your energy actually is without anything else being affected, and with you sticking to the truth of what's inside your temple and making sure that it's validated, making sure that the structure is great and it's sound and there's nothing to conflict it, and making sure you're standing up for that, then I feel like you're going to be able to make a lot of change for yourself. You're going to be able to control a lot more aspects of the things that are surrounding you. You're going to be able to attract a lot of great energy for yourself. And you might actually put yourself in goddess mode. You might actually be able to attract the energy of feeling very comfortable, feeling very empowered, and feeling very strong, okay? By relying on the energy that's within you, elevating that energy, and making sure that it is your own, making sure that you're standing up for it, and things of that nature. So that's what I got for you, Taurus. Hopefully that makes sense to you. All right, the energy check-ins for Gemini. Welcome in, Geminis. Thanks for being here. What is the energy that Gemini needs to know about that they're currently in, and the energies that they need to focus on? We have the Seven of Swords. We have the Tower. And the Wheel of Fortune. We have the King of Pentacles. Eight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords. Okay. So I feel like there might be some energies of things kind of going wrong for you. Maybe there is multiple energies that you might feel like are just not giving back to you like you thought they would. And I feel like there is a lot of energy of kind of like destruction to things, right? Maybe there is some things that you're confused about, that you're worried about, that you don't trust. You don't trust the outcome of certain things. And I feel like there's a lot of self-discovery happening here in your current energy. And I feel like it's just like a big shift that is taking place in your life right now, where you're moving away from things that you don't trust. You're moving away from the things that you find skeptical. You're moving away from the things that you find are confusing and leave you in defense mode. Maybe you are trying to move away from things that aren't like healthy for you and making you feel very unsafe or unsteady, right? And that's the energy that you really need to focus on, is kind of moving away from things that question yourself, or maybe moving away from things that maybe don't make you feel grounded or safe or protected or just in a really stable position, being in a really fruitful position, and kind of giving that more attention, kind of giving that the energy of focusing on the things that you're not focusing on the things that maybe you need to learn from. Maybe there is some energies that are making you feel this way, that you need to give a bit more like point of view or vision of, to kind of understand what the lesson is actually telling you. So that way you can improve, so that way you can grow, so that way you can master a certain energy that you're supposed to be in, and just feel like you have the power to move forward, feeling like you have the power to actually say something, feeling like you have the power to actually combat other energies that might conflict you. So what is the energy that is currently coming Gemini's way? The future. We have the Hermit. We have the Death card. And we have the King of Wands. So it almost seems like this is the energy of needing to stay more to yourself, needing to really see like what has transpired, what hasn't worked, what have you done wrong, what has someone else done wrong, and really learning from those lessons, really learning from those values. And I feel like that's going to give you some sort of like determination or some sort of perseverance mode for yourself, where you're going to be activating this energy. It's not like you're going to be in hermit mode and sitting still. It's almost like you're being in hermit mode, but you're still doing the things that you know that you need to do. You're still going to do the things that you know add value to your life. You're still going to work on things. You're still going to, just live and persevere and move through it, right? But there is some things that needs to be removed from your life. There's some things that needs to be introduced into your life. And I think you're going to find those, and those elements that are going to be introduced into your life are going to give you power. And the things that needs to be removed from your life are going to give you less restriction to what you can do for yourself. Okay. So what is the energy or advice from the universe, from angels, ancestors, or spirit team? That one came shooting out. What is that? Goddess of the moon. Yeah. Okay. And financial constraints. Speaking of constraints, restrictions, maybe there are some behaviors that you're also having to move away from, right? Maybe there are some things that aren't necessarily good for you. That could be things such as like gambling. That could be things as like financially trying to help someone out that you're maybe not in the position to really do, but you feel like you should. Things like that. I feel like you need to give yourself power, right? You need to give yourself the power back to you. So if you feel like you are without power in certain situations that you're in, then you need to regain that power. You need to reclaim back your energy from those situations to actually give yourself power to do the things that you need to do. Move on from things that takes away your power and just move into the direction of situations that do give you certain power. Okay. That's what I got for you, Gemini. Hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions about this reading, feel free to comment down below. But that's kind of all over the place type of reading. But I think you're trying to aim for the King of Pentacles energy. And I feel like right now you are kind of like falling away from that, falling away from comfortability, falling away from your own control. And there's certain things in your life that you need to pull away from. All right, let's see here. We're getting into Cancers. Welcome in, Cancers. We're trying to figure out the energy you're currently in and the energy you need to focus more attention to. We have Two of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Nine of Swords, the Empress, and the Magician. Interesting. Okay. So the top cards for the energy that you're currently in, we have Two of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. Yeah, so like there's definitely an energy of kind of feeling trapped, kind of feeling confused, maybe feeling like there's a lot of weight on you to deal with. And it's a lot of mental things. It might even be yourself. It might even be your own mental energies here that you're having to deal with, that you're needing to let go of. You're needing to let go of things that, don't serve you, that don't give you that rightful energy, that don't make you feel threatened. Yeah, there's some energy here of feeling threatened, feeling lost, feeling confused, feeling not sure about yourself, not sure about your own energy. And I think that there needs to be energy focused on healing that part of you. This could easily be your own shadow, or this could be some people that are surrounding you that make you feel this way as well. But there's a lot of energy that's making you feel very complicated, right? And it's adding a lot of stress, it's adding a lot of anxiety. And I think you need to take care of this energy with light and love and this Empress type of energy. And that's what you need to focus on. Whatever this energy is making you feel this way, you need to give back to yourself. You need to give yourself the opposite perspective. So like, let's just say, for example, if you're feeling negative about the way you look, then you need to give light and love to the aspect of how you feel about yourself on the way you look. You need to give yourself more affirmations, more compliments, more energy of feeling like you're comfortable in your own skin, things like that. And that's just a very on the surface type of example. But if you go a bit deeper into what your actual situation is, whenever you are able to add more good energy to that aspect of yourself, then you're going to be able to find the power to create good energies moving forward, good energies to kind of master, good energies to really make a lot of good things happen for yourself. And I think until you master that, you're not going to be able to find that energy to create the things that you're looking for. Because if you don't have that energy within inside yourself already, you're not going to be a match for the things that you're trying to attract, right? You've got to become a match to that energy. You can't let yourself stand in your own way of receiving the things that you want to create in your life. What energy is currently coming Cancer's way? The Devil, Tower, and the Hermit. Yeah, so I kind of feel like this is quite the example here of the things that are, I'm just going to use this for example. I live on the East Coast of the United States, and most of the East Coast of the United States has been affected by the Hurricane Helene. And I kind of feel what I've been saying about this storm is that a lot of weaknesses, a lot of shadow aspects are being introduced into people's lives. I kind of feel like the storm has made a lot of people need to focus on their biggest problem in their life, their biggest conflict, their biggest, what's the word I normally use? I guess just their biggest challenges, right? And whatever affects them the most, I feel like, or weaknesses, I think I use the word weaknesses, is allowing biggest weakness to come to light for a lot of people. I'm not necessarily saying that you've been impacted by the storm, but I just feel like that's kind of like the current energy of what's going on right now. And I feel like what's in the future for you is focusing on your biggest weakness, focusing on the devil aspect of yourself that is your shadow, that is your energy that needs to be kind of dealt with and kind of surrendered to the universe and dismissed from your being. And there's a lot of introspection that needs to be done of what is that biggest weakness for Cancer and dealing with that. So there is going to be a lot of energy dealt with here in the future for you, Cancer. And I think it's going to be a really, really, really great release, because once you're able to release that, then you're going to be able to find the light that's within inside yourself. that you're going to be able to release into the universe to become that magician, right? So that's what I got for you with the tarot. Let's see if we can pull some oracle cards from advice or energy from the universe, the angels, ancestors, or spirit team of Cancer. We have, fourth chakra and appreciation. So you got to give back to yourself. You got to give back to your heart space. There's some energy within your heart space that you are not giving to yourself. Maybe you are giving your heart space to other people, but there is some energy of your heart space that needs to be given to you. You need to be able to dedicate some of that energy to yourself, to be able to lift your energies up, be able to find that light within inside yourself, so that way you can actually give something healthy to the universe that will attract a lot of things to you. But there's also a lot of good things that you definitely need to continue to be appreciative of, and give respect back to the universe the way that it respects you. So that's what I got for you. Don't take things for advantage. Make sure that you are giving back proper appreciation and love to the universe as well as yourself. Because you are also part of this universe. You're also giving a lot of good things to the universe. That could be part of the biggest aspect of your shadow that needs to be dealt with. Alright, Leos, welcome into your section of the video. What do we have for Leos that they need to focus on and the energies that they're currently in? Energies you're currently in is the Six of Swords, the Empress, the Magician. Energies that is needed to be focused on is the Eight of Cups, the Star, and the Fool. Interesting. It's a lot of good cards, I kind of feel like. There's a lot of self-discovery here, I feel like, for you, that maybe it's kind of like the energy of when Spider-Man first realizes that he has powers, right? And he just starts shooting webs everywhere, and he's just like, wow, like, I can actually do this? I kind of feel like that's what's coming for you within this current energy that you're in right now, is a lot of, like, proof to the pudding of, like, hey, you're capable of doing that. And whenever you see that you're capable of doing that, it's going to add a lot of good energy to yourself. It's going to add a lot of good energy of how you take care of yourself or how you take care of others. And I feel like you're going to be putting it to a lot of good use. I feel like you're going to be like, wow, like, I'm confident in this energy now, and I'm really, really happy. It's almost like the exact opposite of what the Cancer reading was, where the Cancer is trying to find that same exact energy that you have already found, but you're doing a lot of good with it. And I feel like the energy that is needing to be focused on is kind of walking into that light, kind of walking into that positivity, that hopefulness, that innocence, that pure energy of, beautifulness, right? Beauty. And I feel like that's the fresh start that you are having to take on. There's something that maybe you have walked away from that didn't allow you to have that light. But now that you have that light, you're going to allow that to be a beacon for you to create your future moving forward. And you're walking into that. You're going to be walking into a more positive, impactful path for you, right? So allow that to be your beacon. Allow that to be the thing that you focus on, is that positive aspect of yourself, and allow it to work for you. All right, what energy is currently coming Leo's way? We have the Five of Pentacles, okay. Strength card. And the Four of Swords. So this is kind of telling me here that maybe there's going to take a lot to be able to keep going forward with, that energy of positivity, that energy of using your abilities for your own good, right? And that could be, a career thing for you, where maybe you are walking away from a job that is not serving you, that is not dealing with good energies or a relationship, and it's going to put you in a position where you're without. for a little bit, right? And you're having to weather this bit of dealing without, and you're going to have to kind of recover your energy, kind of make sure that your energy is protected, kind of make sure that you are not allowing what you're actually dealing with at this time to affect that positive energy. You don't want that positive energy to be changed. You want to be able to kind of just be okay with the choices that you have made and allow the things to open up to you by remaining positive, by remaining in your own energy, by remaining in confidence of control that you have with the things moving forward, and not allowing that to affect your mental state, not allowing that to really put you in a bad position of focusing on negative energies. All right. So, what is the energy or advice from the universe, angels, ancestors, or spirit team of Leos? Let's see here. We have door to romance and deceit. Yeah, so I feel like you were kind of escaping deceit. You're kind of escaping the things that maybe you have put up with that have been lying to you or have been faking it to you, and you've believed it. And I think you're walking away from the energies that you know isn't necessarily good. I feel like the Eight of Cups is walking away from the deceit factor here. And you're walking more into the romance aspect. You're walking more into the light and love. Maybe you are dealing with a relationship, or maybe you are dealing with a career path that you're dealing with, and that you are moving into the direction of what is actually going to be pure for you, what is actually going to make you whole and make you feel good about the things that you're doing, whether that's within a relationship or within a career path. So that is very respectful. And I feel like a lot of people go through this, but I think this is something that you're currently dealing with as well, is moving into an endeavor or future that is better for you and not following into anybody's trap or not following into anybody's dictation, right? You're not wanting to let somebody lead you into something that you're not comfortable with. Okay. So that's what I got for you, Leos. All right, let's see. We got Virgos up next. Welcome in, Virgos, to your section of the reading. What does Virgos need to know about the current energy they're in and the current energy they need to focus on? We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Sun. Beautiful energy starting to come out for Virgo. Three of Pentacles. Star. Four Swords. And the Magician. So, current energy that you are in is the Ace of Swords, the Sun, and the Three of Pentacles. So I feel like there is a lot of elevating energies for you. There's a lot of good things that are happening for you. There's a lot of happiness for you. And I feel like it's because that you are trusting in a certain process, right? There's certain things that you're trusting in on working on. It's almost like you're putting trust into the right people. You're putting trust into like people's guarantees, things of like that. And it's paying off, right? I feel like you have a certain discernment of knowing who to trust, knowing who is telling the truth, knowing who is giving you good feedback or giving you good direction, and putting trust into the universe to really allow this to pay off is that mental clarity. You're gaining mental clarity by seeing what the universe is providing for you and seeing what other people are guaranteeing that they are offering. And I just feel like you're in really good energies right now. There's a lot of good things paying off for you right now. And with the energy that you need to focus on is the Star, the Magician, and the Four of Swords. So I feel like with things paying off for you, there's a lot of good time for you to kind of, recover some energy that maybe you have lost within the past, maybe protect yourself within this good energy, maybe just give yourself the opportunity to kind of recover from something, whether that's a past romance, whether that is a past financial constraint, whether that's something that you have been dealing with for a long time and you're able to kind of get some rest. You're able to finally have a good place where you can have your head on your shoulders properly, right? You're very grounded, you're very protected at this moment in time, and you just need to focus on trying to master the direction of where your future needs to be, right? You need to kind of have a game plan. You need to kind of manifest like, okay, this is where I want to be within 5 years, or this is where I want to be within a year, and really focus on that energy now that you have the time to actually settle down, be calm, cool, and collected, and feeling very comfortable. Focusing on your future right now and putting things into action, putting in manifestations is really going to pay off for you in this favor. All right, so let's see what energy is coming Virgo's way. You have the Two of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Page of Cups. Just because you are in a good position doesn't mean you're not going to face challenges. And I kind of feel like that's, what you're going to have to be dealing with. You're potentially going to be opening yourself up to newer opportunities, but also with newer opportunities comes newer challenges. And I feel like this is going to be kind of like an important life lesson. It almost seems like what I'm feeling is that you might be opening yourself up to attracting a mentor. You might be, getting really close with a new boss. You might be, just in an energy of listening to someone that has really great advice, right? But it's advice that you're going to have to master. And I feel like it's something that's going to be brand new to you. It's almost like the example that I have is like, if you have never dealt with the stock market, right? And someone that you have kind of leaned into as a mentor, or someone that is really great with knowledge and expertise of something that you are attracted to, and they come up to you and say, hey, it'd be really great for you to invest in the stock market right now, and I can show you the ways of how to invest. And they give you all this stuff, and it's like very foreign language to you. It's a challenge. It's complications. It's, bringing up something within you that is conflicting, because it's like trying to write with your left hand whenever you're right-handed. And you're just going to be learning a lot. You're going to be learning from this person. You're going to be learning how to overcome certain things or how to master a certain energy. That's what you're going to be opening up to. You're going to be opening up to trust. You're going to be opening up to this person's leadership. And yeah, it might be confusing. It might be conflicting, but I do feel like there's a great source of energy coming from that as well. So let's see what energy or advice from the universe, angels, ancestors, or spirit team for Virgo is with the oracles. We have indecision. Yeah, see, that's that complication I'm telling you. And we have the 5th chakra, which is the throat chakra. You don't know where you're going. You don't know what path you're going down. But I feel like the more that you activate your truth, the more that you verbalize like what you're thinking, the more things pay off for you. Because if you are the type of person that is introverted, you don't like to speak, you don't like to ask questions, I feel like the more that you're able to vocalize your concerns, the more you're able to vocalize like your questions, the more you're going to be like in the know of, you're going to be more comfortable, you're going to be more like concreted. You don't know what's going to happen within the near future. But the more that you speak, the more that you figure things out, the more you're going to be fine with that, right? So that's what I got for you, Virgos. Hopefully all that makes sense for you. Just make sure that you're okay with asking questions. Getting into Libras. Libra, welcome into your section. energy that you're currently in is Judgment, the Nine of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords. The energy that you need to put more attention to is the Ace of Swords, Two of Swords, Three of Swords? No, Seven of Wands. Okay. So the energy that you're currently in is the Judgment, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Eight of Swords. There's a lot of your energy trying to find understanding into things. You're trying to really take a lot of matters into your own hands. I feel like you're trying to control a lot of energies around you, but it almost feels like a distraction. It almost feels like you are not looking at something. And maybe it's something within inside yourself that if you're trying to project outwards, if you're trying to, just keep yourself busy or keep yourself entertained or keep yourself like focused on other energies besides your own, then you're distracted. You're not able to see something clearly enough. And I think that comes up here within the energy of what you need to focus on is the Ace of Swords, the Two of Swords, and the Seven of Wands. Maybe it's you not really looking at what's bothering you. Maybe you're not looking at something that's challenging the grounds that you stand on. Maybe it's not you looking at what your inner truth is or what clarity you need to have. You're not having mental clarity on something. And I think it's based off maybe your morals, maybe your boundaries, maybe your assets, maybe the things that you feel very grounded on. You're not looking within inside yourself about these things. Like, why are you not looking at your boundaries? Why are you not looking at the things that are around you, the things that are supposed to protect you, that are conflicted, that are giving you some sort of indecision, some sort of complications? Maybe things are being tested and you're avoiding those things. You're like, nah, like that's not something I need to worry about right now. Let me worry about this distraction. I think what you need to focus on is what things are testing you, what things are affecting you, what things bring, indecision that don't allow you to have mental clarity and gain mental clarity on some of the aspects of your internal being, boundaries, standards, aspects of yourself, grounds that you stand on, things that you feel very confident in, things like that. Maybe you're overconfident in something that maybe you shouldn't be because it might be the wrong thing for you. Something like that. Maybe you're too determined. I don't know. You're going to have to figure that out for yourself, I think. But what is the energy that is currently coming to you in the future? With Libras, we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. So maybe this is something that you've been dealing with for a while, right? Maybe there's certain things that are testing you. Maybe there's certain things that are kind of like poking and prodding you, saying like, are you going to give us the reaction that we're looking for? Are you actually going to stand up for yourself? Are you going to be the one to fight back? And I kind of feel like this energy has been slowly evolving. This has been a very steady energy that has been leading up to this point. And then I feel like you're going to burst. I feel like whatever bubble you have around you that is kind of protecting you from this prodding or kind of giving you that barrier of like, okay, if I put this up, I might be able to deal without, like focusing on it for a while, but that bubble is going to pop and you're going to have this burst of energy. You're going to have this burst of rage. You're going to have this burst of passion and you're going to settle these energies. You're going to, overwhelm whatever it is that's bugging you, whatever it is that's giving you this lack of mental clarity, and you're going to shine a light on it. You're going to tame it. You're going to, give it all away, and you're going to create something from it, right? I just feel like you're going to be able to handle this, and it's something that you do need to handle. It's something that seems to be a life lesson for you. It seems to be something that it's got to be dealt with. That's all I got to say about that. So whatever that is for you, I hope it comes true. I hope it has a great outcome. But the energy or advice from your angels, ancestors, spirit team, or the universe for Libra, we have rest and rejuvenation, blossoming abundance. So once these energies are dealt with, you're going to have this recovery period. And you're going to start really feeling more of your own energy. Because I feel like with all this energy that is poking, prodding you, trying to get you to activate this sense of yourself, you're going to be reclaiming energies that you never knew that you had. You're going to be restoring energies that you never knew that you had. Maybe there's going to be some new energies that are activated, that helps you grow, that helps you rejuvenate, that helps you become in the body and the spirit of what you need to be to obtain this blossoming abundance that's going to be coming into your life. It's almost like healing yourself from the previous chapter so you can move into the next chapter. All right. You've been through a lot. You've weathered a lot, but now it's time to kind of take what you know is inevitable, let it happen, activate it, make it happen, and then you're going to be able to control moving forward. Okay. Stop avoiding. Stop letting things just pass by with time. It's almost like a scenario where why let something take as much time as you're giving it when you can go ahead and deal with it now and deal with the reward sooner, right? So that's kind of like what you have to ask yourself. Should you keep giving it time and delay to the inevitable, or should you go ahead and do it? Me personally, I'd just go ahead and do it. But that's up to you, Libra. I know you like your balance. All right, what does the energy of the collective of Scorpio need to know currently, and the energies that they need to focus on? Welcome in, Scorpios, to your reading. We have King of Swords, Ace of Cups, the Tower, Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. All right. So for the energy that you're currently in, we have the King of Swords, Ace of Cups, and the Tower. So I kind of feel like this is talking about really dealing with energies that don't bring you what it is that you're looking for, right? And replacing it with things that you can, understand what the outcome is for it. Understand what kind of energies or emotions that you're going to be receiving from it. I think that you are clearing out things or perspectives or energies that don't provide you what you think they should be providing you, and activating things that you are seeking, right? So like, let's just say, for example, if, you expect a really small fan to provide you cool air so you can cool down, and it's just not doing it. It's not giving you the airflow. It's not giving you the coolness that you're expecting. So instead of dealing with a fan, you go buy a window AC unit to put into the window that provides you that cool air. Now you've released something that didn't provide you what it is that you were looking for, and now you have obtained something that you have proven gives you what it is that you're looking for. So I think you're making those changes. I think you're changing that within yourself, things like that. And I think you're really taking control over that aspect in your life. With the Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles that you need to focus on, this is an energy of kind of, I don't know. I honestly think this is also just being a bit more grounded into the energy of knowing that you have that control over it versus thinking that you don't, right? So if you feel like, oh, I can't make that change because it's got to be within the universe's control, I feel like you're going to be more grounded into the aspect of knowing and knowledgeable of like, no, actually, I can make that change because it's something within my control. It's something that I have the authority over. It's something that I want to make a change to. And it seems like a lot of feminine energy, divine feminine energy. So it might be dealing with a lot more of the emotions. It might be dealing with a lot more creative aspects. It might be dealing with a lot more nurturing aspects, things like that. So I think really grounding into the idea that you have control over the things that maybe you feel like you haven't, or that you've limited yourself to believe that you have. I think you're just going to be activating that energy some more, or at least you should focus on trying to do that, is activating the change, activating more control of that energy. So the energy that you should put more, or no, excuse me, the energy that is currently coming your way for Scorpio in the future. One card drop. We have the Hierophant. We have the Hanged Man. And we have the Ace of Wands. So to me, this energy is showing that there is something that you are obtaining, that you've learned, that you are relying on information of, and you are taking the time to take a pause and be like, okay, let me try to figure that out. Let me try to figure out how to implement that and a very strong strategy moving forward with your life. So if you're looking to try to take control of something, you're going to be focusing on that energy. You're going to be saying, okay, what do I want to have more control over? What do I want to change? And you're going to be looking to make that change. You're going to be looking to activate a certain change. You're going to be looking to activate a certain game plan that you come up with to make those changes. And I think you're going to prevail in a lot of great positive energy with that. So the energy or advice from the universe, spirit, angels, ancestors, things like that for Scorpio, what is that going to be from the oracles? We have anxiety, and we have caring connections. So there might be a lot of nervous energies, right? There might be a lot of fear. Obviously we had the Nine of Swords come out. There might be a lot of anxiousness to making changes like that. But I feel like the idea of understanding that there's going to be a lot of good to come out of changes that you need to make changes to, you are going to kind of see the real people that are meant for you come out. You're going to see that there might be some shady people in your life. There might be some people that don't necessarily care as much as they show that they care. And the real people are going to find you. The real people that are meant to be in your life, the real people that are your people, are going to find you with these changes that you're going to make. And it's going to be very, very strong. And you're going to not only receive, like I'm saying, that you're going to try to activate a change that gives you the feelings that you're supposed to feel internally, but you're also, after making these changes, once you've actually felt that energy of what you're supposed to receive from yourself, you're also going to be finding that with other people as well, with those caring connections, people that have those equal values as you do, and it's going to change a lot of that energy of people exchange or energy exchange as well, to a better thing for you. Okay. There's a lot of good that can come out of it, even though you're facing the worry of making changes. Maybe you're afraid of change. A lot of people don't like change. I feel like this change is something that is universally going to be good for you on a lot of accounts. Okay. Moving into Sagittarius. Sagittarius, welcome into your section of the reading. What energy is Sagittarius currently in, and what energy do they need to focus on? We have the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Chariot. We have the Five of Pentacles. Two of Cups. The Knight of Swords. and the Empress. Okay. So it seems to me that there is an energy of perseverance. There's an energy of like staying busy, needing to work, needing to just like keep your head down and just keep your nose to the grindstaff, you know. And then you have the Five of Pentacles. And I feel like there's a dark part of yourself here that is being brought to light. It's being like Aladdin, like, let me show you the world type of energy, where it's like, all right, so even though you have this energy of work, we're taking you away from that just a little bit, so that way you can deal with a certain energy that is keeping yourself from being whole. It's keeping yourself from being in full control of your universal being, of your entire energy, and allowing your entire energy work for you. Okay? And what the energy that you need to focus on is between your divine feminine and your divine masculine. What are these challenges? What are these things that needs to be worked on? What are these things that needs to be addressed with more of your divine feminine energy? And giving that power and nurturing ability to yourself is almost like, say, for example, you are needing like a vacation, right? And you are in the mindset of like, well, I can't take a vacation because I need to keep working. I need to do this. I need to do that. And maybe I'm thinking of someone else's needs versus my own. And I feel like you are going to be seeing more clearly that your needs are equally as important as someone else's. So I think that you're going to be maybe switching up some priorities. You're going to be giving a bit more control to yourself and taking care of yourself and standing up for yourself and things like that. I just feel like there's going to be a lot of strength that you're going to acquire for taking care of yourself a bit more and putting yourself on a higher priority than what you've been doing here recently. So maybe prioritizing yourself, maybe prioritizing your energies, maybe standing up for yourself is the things that you need to focus on here. Get you out of this lack mindset, to get you out of this energy of darkness, right? So let's see, what is the energy that needs to be said for the energy coming Sagittarius' way? We have King of Cups, Nine of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. So you're going to be relying on a lot of your own emotions within the future. You're going to be focusing on your own emotions in the future. You're going to be resonating with those own emotions, and you're going to allow those emotions to kind of give you certain validations, certain perspectives of how you should handle situations. Maybe it's also going to give you a lot of insight of what you need to do for yourself or how you're going to answer certain questions. Like, let's just say, for example, if someone asks you like, hey, Sagittarius, do you want to work overtime for this certain event because we need help? And let's just say, for example, you were going to do something for yourself this weekend that was really important. And you're like, oh, well, maybe I can reschedule that. And maybe I can deal without doing that. So yeah, I'm going to, help this person out by working this event, right? You're going to change the way you would answer that. You're going to change your perspective, and you're going to look more within. You're going to ask your inner self, your inner being, your higher self, and you're going to seek the truth of what you actually really want to do. Because usually whenever you answer that question of, yeah, I'm going to work that event, you end up hating it. You end up being in this dreadful mindset. You end up being in this like, man, like, why did I do this? Why did I get myself into this? That kind of energy. And I feel like you're going to be changing that energy. You're going to be more focused on yourself and your own independent energy and your own independent emotions and shooting for that. You're going to be reaching for those standards and reaching for those, pinpoint decisions of, hey, I'm going to answer for myself, not for other people. So just relying on your own energies more is what's going to be taking place here in the future for you. And the energy or advice from the oracles of the universe angels, ancestors, or spirit team. We have journey. And we have storm warning. So this is not going to be an easy process. This is something that you're probably going to have to deprogram. Might be something that you've been dealing with for a long time. This might be something that you've dealt with your entire life. It just might be the way you are, but it's not servicing yourself to a higher standard. It's not giving you the greatest energy. It's not giving you good things in return. It's actually more trouble than it's worth. It's actually more trouble than what you're dealing with, right? So it's going to be a long process, and there might be some really internal battles that you are going to also have to deal with the storm warning, that you're going to struggle. You're going to be in a position where you're like maybe doing fine for 1 minute, then you relapse, or whatever the case scenario may be for you. So I think really what it's calling for you to do, Sagittarius, is to gain the strength to be able to take on this battle and allow the outcome of, having greater things work out for you, having the universe pay back more good for you, and standing up for your own inner truth and your own inner emotions. Be the light at the end of the tunnel for you. Be the motivation to go through this process, so that way you have a greater outcome for yourself. And that's going to be really, really rewarding for you. But that's what I have. If you have any questions about this reading, feel free to drop comments down below, and I'll be sure to answer. But that's what I have for all the zodiacs. Hopefully all this makes sense to you. And yeah, if you want to book a private reading with me, there's a link down in the description for that. And I'll catch you guys on the next reading. I love you all so much. Bye.